Ukulele Mike here. I'm going to demonstrate a technique which we call a stopped chord, or a chord that you play and then you stop it. You actually release the pressure off the strings and give it a percussive effect. This is something that was really popular in ragtime music. Scott Joplin had a lot of stopped chords in his ragtime tunes, and you can do it on all kinds of ukuleles. I happen to be doing it on a banjolele, or a Banjo Uke, okay? Ukulele banjo, you call it all those things. This, by the way, is the OUB1 model from Oscar Schmidt, which I recently acquired. Love it. It's got a nice punchy focused sound. It's made out of a solid mahogany resonator on the back and the solid mahogany rim and everything. It's just got a great sound. It uses a Remo head. This is a concert size. It's handy. Most banjo ukes are kind of concert size. They all got a little short neck, not like the big long 5-string banjos that you're acquainted with perhaps. Let's see what else. It's got the really nice tuners. They're real accurate. And one of the tricky things with banjo ukes, or banjos in general, you got this skin head which is flexible. It actually moves in and out, which is what vibrates and allows the sound to have that cool banjo resonance to it. The downside is that as temperature changes and pressure, the barometric pressure, this changes too. So that it can raise havoc with your tuning. This little guy, I tuned it up after it took a while to get the strings stretched and get the head adjusted and everything. But once I got it in tune, wow, I can put it in its bag or its case, take it out a month later, and it's still pretty closely in tune. Never have to do much with it. The little bridge down here, when you get the uke, it has to be put on, and the way you place it is that you go up to the 12th fret, and you play each string. You can take any string for that matter, because it'll all be the same. And you play, like say for instance the 2nd string, you play that note open, and then you go up to the 12th fret, and you play it again. Now, if your ear is attuned to an octave, that should be a pure octave, 8 notes up. That's the octave note. And now if it's not a pure octave, then you have to adjust the position of the bridge. It's usually about maybe about 3 inches from the little tail piece here to start with. You wouldn't put it way up here. It's usually down here, about 3/4 of the way down the length of the bridge head, or the skin head. That's how you adjust that little guy. Okay, so back to the subject of stopped chords. Now, this works better, ultimately better, with chords where you put your fingers down on all 4 strings. For instance, you can have a 7th chord. Now, you know a B7th is like so. You bar the 2nd fret, middle finger's on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. It's a movable chord because you've got all 4 strings down. Move it up 1, you got the C7th. And in this little intro or ending thing I did, I took a C7th, dropped it down to a B7th, dropped it down to a B flat 7th, and then I dropped it down to an A7. Now typically you play that with the index finger, right? But since it's already there, I just bring it all the way down, so it goes. Isn't that cool? That's really common in old-timey tunes. We call that a chromatic shift, because it's going down chromatically by half steps, like black and white keys on the piano. So I started out with an F chord, then E flat diminished, then I do those 3 7th chords, then I go to a D7th, G7th, C, F, C, and then I end with a C6, or F6 rather, which is all 4 strings open. So I went. Okay, so now the first part of that I do with the stopped chord. So I go. That's an F with a stopped effect on it. And what you do there is you lift the pressure off the strings, but don't lift your fingers off the strings. In other words, what you're doing is you're just allowing the strings to come off of the fret. But when you do that, the fingers remaining on there will mute it, okay? Now, there are two strings that are open, that aren't affected by the fingers. So what I do for that, got a little wind coming up here, I hope this isn't distorting me, is I lay my hand down on the strings to mute them. No problem with the E flat diminished because all four fingers are down. And then when I go to the C7th, then I go to all open strings, no percussion here. And there you have the F6 at the end. So try that. Take an E flat diminished and just try. Move it up the fingerboard. And then practice where you don't release the fingers. So you hear the difference between the two. So you have the stopped effect, then you have the straight on effect. It takes a little, it's kind of like doing this. It takes a little of that practice to get that right down. So there you have it, a little bit of stop percussion effects. Try it out on any kind of uke. Sounds great on all of them. I just kind of happen to like it right now on this little OUB1 that I'm playing. It sounds like something from Star Wars, doesn't it? OUB1. So anyway, there you have it. And as always, happy strumming.